Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Bobble. We're here back on level 33 where we left off at the end of the last episode. We just paused the game and we'll see how far we can get in this episode. So there's quite a few levels here that are quite familiar to me around this time. 35 is always popular. It's the jump board. Basically says jump on it. I always mentioned in the previous video that playing two-player with my brother, sometimes one would take the floor, one would take the upper part. Well, on the jump part, my brother would always take care of the floor, and I'd always go up and take care of the enemies on the top. So you'll get to see how that works by going solo. What doesn't work there is me being dumb and taking another death, but I'll actually end up using a continue later on. Actually, I'll end up using 2 continues, so yeah, this is not going to be a 1 credit clear. The arcade game varies a little bit differently than this one, but a good old 35 jump. So yeah, if you're doing solo, take care of the ones on the ground first, because otherwise you have to go up to the top of the screen and go from the top to the bottom. It loops around. There's air currents in the stages that blow the bubbles around, push them around. So the bubbles the currents initially push them over to the side. But if you start blowing a bunch of bubbles in the middle, they'll get stuck. And then you can get up to the center here safely. If you try to go up to the side where the air currents naturally throw the bubbles, you'll probably end up hitting your head against one of those bubble busters. These guys really come up. Spring people. I thought it was safe there, but nope. Then we come up more popular enemy here. Don't go and get the shoes. They said that makes jumping on bubbles a little harder for me. As you can tell, I'm not the greatest action game player, so I tend to focus more on the puzzles and RPGs and stuff. It'll require good hand-eye coordination. Time this right. Try to get that necklace up there. As you see, the air currents, unfortunately, are pushing it away from me. The air currents push the fire bubbles over there. You can sometimes give the bubbles a little push like I'm doing here to get them to move. Sometimes you can also push them with your bubble. If you shoot enough bubbles, they'll eventually push. So now this is a very bad situation here. You can't jump when you're in the fire. You basically slow down really bad. As you can see, Baron von Blubber there, not affected by the fire. He's moving really fast now. There's another death. Luckily, you get a pretty decent amount of invincibility after you die. It's the only way I can beat some boards. Finish this one off. Just rid of quite a few of these fire bubbles, so it wouldn't surprise me if I get a bomb soon. Popping 14 or more of those fire bubbles can cause a bomb to appear. There it is, there's a bomb right there. We hit it, turns every enemy into, defeats every enemy, turns them into something other than fruit. Diamonds. It'll even defeat enemies that are in bubbles. But if you defeat them while they're in bubbles, like with a bomb or a special item, you'll get a different item. We got gems there when we destroyed all the enemies they weren't encased in bubbles. If you destroy them while they're encased in bubbles, you'll get a different item that's worth usually less points. Well, it's always worth less points. So you want to try to defeat enemies with a special item before you encase them in bubbles to get more points. But sometimes it's not necessarily about points, like I said, because you don't get a lot of score extends in this game. So score isn't super duper important. Like I said, I think you get a 30,000, 100,000, and a 300,000, and that's it for lives. Between episodes, I'll check that out for sure, certain. But yeah, it's not a game like a Gradius where you're always gonna keep getting lives based on score, like every 30,000 points or so. Got some more French fries there on a board. Another way, like I said, there's on board 1 and then every 8 boards after that, your bubbles will turn into items that give you points at the end. The other way you can get items at the end of a board is if your 10s and the 100 digits match. So like right now I have 4 there. You can easily get that to match. Like I said, popping a bubble gives you 10 points. So before you another bomb, let's grab it. See what this guy becomes. A bunch of fruit. Different enemies become the diamond. Different enemies become different things when you defeat them with a special item. So you've got some annoying boards. This is another board where it's nice to have a partner, because now it's going to be tough to defeat those enemies that are stuck on the right side. You have to use these spark bubbles. But these guys are so far down at the bottom that it's pretty tough to get them. Sometimes they'll jump, but it's not necessarily reliable. Yeah, right fairly over their head. Got one. See if we can get this guy. 2. We got this guy. Luckily we're going to pop it right before we land on the Baron. Another board cleared. So I was talking about, like I said, we get pop some spark bubbles there. Popping a certain amount of spark bubbles, we'll get some things to pop up. I said pop 14 water bubbles, 14 fireballs, you get a bomb. You pop 20 water bottles, you get a chance to get an umbrella. Zapping 7 more enemies with those lightning bolts gets you a lightning cross of power. Rains down lightning bolts. Burning 4 enemies, there's a way you can get a necklace that will let you shoot fire, like those incendios, those like purple woolly creatures. I'll point them out next time I see them. But they shoot a fireball, it turns your bubbles into fire. If you defeat 14 more enemies with that firepower, you get a cross that rains fire down all the characters. If you drown with those water bubbles, 14 more enemies, a water cross appears which floods the whole screen. Let's get that heart. Give us some extra items. Popped a whole bunch of balloons there all at once. The amount of enemies you pop at one time determines how many letter bubbles appear. So I did 7 enemies there, so I can get up to 5 letter bubbles. And we got the one that we need, the extend. Defeating 3 enemies, you're guaranteed to get 1 bubble, 4 enemies, 2 bubbles, 5 enemies, 3 bubbles, 6 enemies, 4 bubbles, and 7 can get you up to 5 bubbles. In addition to, of course, giving you lots of points. There's another scepter. So now we want to have as many bubbles as possible on the screen when we finish. They will all turn into little treasures when You get the big diamond that'll fall from the sky. I forgot to point out the incendio. There's an incendio in this level here. Blow some bubbles. There we go. We broke the 1,000,000-point barrier. Nice. Sadly, when you well, I guess not sadly, but yeah, when you restart, your score goes back to 0. So that creature there on the bottom, that's an incendio. And we got these robot, I forget what they were called. Like space aliens or something. They look like the enemies from another Taito game, Space Invaders. More French fries. The Christmas tree level. Instead of lights, we have these super sprockets. That's what they're called. There's a nice potion there. There's green potions and blue potions. They both do the same thing. What they do is when you collect them, the whole screen will fill up with little coins, and you collect the coins, and if you collect all the coins, you get a bonus. If there's 2 players, whoever gets the most coins will get the bonus. It's usually like a few 10,000 points, I think. I think it's 30,000 points. Of course, if you're the only one playing, you're going to get that bonus, because naturally you're getting the most because you're the only one. So we just gotta be patient, shoot them from the sides, and there we go. So you see I'm down to my last life, so we'll get to see what happens with the continue. Now you got to be careful when you continue, because these guys are the drunk wizards. The final boss is actually a really big blown up version of this guy. He's called Super Drunk. See, they toss bottles at you. In Bobble 2 from the Nintendo, there's like big enemies of like all the major type enemies. So there's like a big bubble buster. And I think you fight them every 10 levels. So yeah, you hit with the bottle. Now you gotta continue. We get a password that starts right there on that stage. But what you want to do is, you don't want to press 1 start here, you have to go down to continue. And that puts you back on the round that you've been. Because if you just press start to restart the game, it'll put you back at level 1. So be sure to, like I said, don't hit start right away to continue. Select down to the options, either 1 player continue or 2 player continue. So that's nice, they give you the option that, you know, if you are playing solo and say you have somebody, but you want to get the best ending, you want to have somebody else play with you. You know, you can do the majority of the game by yourself and then have them join in at the end. Purposely die off, get a continue. Just drown some enemies here. Look. Crystals. Like I said, drown a certain amount of enemies can produce the water cross to appear that floods the entire screen. Did quite a few of them. 14 though, so maybe another board will do. The hearts we got earlier, if you collect 70 items from defeating enemies, that makes the heart appear. So yeah, I'm just reading right now off the wiki. Oh, there's a flood cross right there. So we did drown enough enemies. So I'm just reading off the things here. Blowing 35 more bubbles gets you a green candy, with a 1 in 16 chance that it'll be the red candy, which does both the green and the blue. Green is fast, blue is far. Popping 35 bubbles gets you a blue candy, or the 1 in 16 chance that's a red. Hopping on a bubble 15 times will make the shoe item appear. And falling from top to bottom 50 times makes one of those potions appear, green or blue. There's a few levels on Secret Road where there is no floor, so you're going to be falling through the floor a lot. That's a good place to get potentially those potions. collecting 12 power-ups, like the candies, the shoes. That lets you potentially get one of those books that changes your bubbles that you shoot. So if you get a green book or a green potion, you get that at the final level of the game. You can get it in the game. Your bubbles become those lightning bubbles. That's how you beat the final boss. You basically shoot the bubbles at the wall, and then pop the bubbles, and then the lightning bolts come out and hit the boss. I was mentioning some famous boards. This is a big famous board coming up here, 57. And I'm going to try a strategy, but unfortunately it doesn't work for me. But yeah, the air current, it's difficult because the air current tends to push the bubbles over to the left or the right. So, see, if you're going up, those things are going to hit you. If you wait after the 7th shot, after the 7th time they shoot, there'll be enough of a window where you can build a ladder on the side of the wall. They'll be able to sneak up in time to hit them before they shoot down and hit you, climbing up the side of the wall. But if you don't do that, you got to kind of build a wall in the middle here. It gets really tricky there at the end, because you got to, it's where the hole comes down, that little chimney there, that area, you can't make a, you have to basically jump, do a nice timed bubble, so that you, right at the, basically right below the apex of your jump, so that the bubble appears at your feet. If you do it a little too early, the bubble will appear before your feet and you'll pop it, and you won't be able to get up there. So it's kind of tricky timing to get the correct bubble there. Now what was really tricky there was I got a necklace there. That was the whatchamacallit, the white necklace. And what that does is, at the end of the level, any bubble will turn into a palette swap of Bub and Bob. There's red and pink. The pink ones are worth 300 points. The red ones will give you a 1-up. So that's another way to get a 1-up, one of the few ways to get a 1-up. But as you saw, unfortunately for me, that red bubble appeared right at the bottom, and I was stuck on the top. I tried to get up to the bottom by going through the top, but wasn't fast enough, so. Safe there. This will be a nice place. We got a water bubble, but nope. So we'll just wait at the top here to ambush them as they come down. Hold our ground. Good thing we got that blue candy, the green candy. It makes us go shoot the bubbles fast enough to be able to take them all out before they reached us. Lovely. Let's continue on. Here's a super sprocket one. I get lucky here. This is I get a good item, heart. Cause see that one over there in the corner. On the right there, it's very tricky to get them once they fall in there. That's where, again, 2 players come in handy. One person can handle the left side, one person handles the right side. But with 1 player, you don't have enough time to get one before they fall into that one side, into the crevice, and get stuck there. Hit by another bottle there. Do not hit the bottle. Not good for you. You must drink. Drink Slurpees, Coke Slurpees. That's my vice. So, another super socket thing, but as you can see, the air currents are pushing the bubbles to the side. Take takes a while to get up to the top here. As long as you do it on the side here, at least it's unlike that 57 where you're exposed to fire, you're safe on the side here. I am not doing this very well. Makes me dread I plan on potentially doing Super Metroid. I could never beat that game because, oh, I beat it, but I was never really good at it because I could never wall jump. So I beat it suboptimally, couldn't get like 100% on it. But obviously, you know, the way I play the games now, I want to get 100%. Annoying, but we'll see what I can do. So it looks like this. There was an incendio right there. That thing right here. This creature I'm about to bust. Individually, creatures ain't that bad, but see, when you got groups like this, they work together pretty well. The beluga whales kind of make it difficult going on the left there, or the right to reach up to shoot the super sprockets. I'm just hitting my head on that ceiling. But that's okay, we just ended here, and I'll take this password and I'll meet you back on this level next episode. Have a good one. Bye.